Happy Holidays Adventures, I'm Lauren Gaming and I'll be your guild advisor for this video. With Holy Night Panic, the players of the global version of DanMemo are introduced to the Christmas story Japan got to experience last year, in 2017, along with its corresponding units. In this video, I'll break down the characters on both the Happy Holidays and Wishful Winter banners, giving you my thoughts on the units, so you have a better idea on whether or not to spend your cold hard iris on them, or save for the future banners, like the upcoming New Year's one, which will likely introduce the Crimson Tempest Eyes that was revealed over a month ago. I'll go over the two banners one by one. On the first banner, Happy Holidays, we have my favorite danmachi character, Best Girl Ryu in her Holy Gale form, decorated like a Christmas tree and looking cute as can be. As I've said before, I wish I were that apple. Holy Gale Ryu is a magic attacker with respectable amounts of HP, magic, and agility. Her special art is Fey Congelation, an AoE ultra water magic attack with a temporary magic boost. This is pretty much the standard fare for a special arts move on an attacking unit. It gets the job done in AoE fights. Her first combat skill is Glacie's Nivis, an AoE mid-water magic attack that reduces the critical rate of your foes by 20% for 4 turns. Her second combat skill is Valanga Neve, an AoE mid-water magic attack that reduces the strength of your foes by 30% for 4 turns. Her last combat skill is Nous Oblio, a self-buff that will avoid a knockout only if Ryu is above 20% HP. The second she's below 20%, the buff is gone, and you essentially wasted that move. Unfortunately, as with the case of a lot of rerun characters, any buffs that these characters get to bring them up to par with current units really don't. This Ryu suffers from the style of older characters who had a move similar to that last skill that either nullifies a set amount of attacks or avoids knockouts. Those types of moves aren't really that great when it comes to war games and Record Buster, so you're really stuck with a character that has 2 usable moves. Both her first and second skills are standard mid-power attacks, so you aren't going to see the typical high-hitting damage you'll see in other commonly used characters like Summer Fun Lily or Elf Lifia. The crit debuff in the first skill is nice, but you're playing with percentages when dealing with crit as opposed to preferring reliable damage you would get with a high power attack or a mid attack with a temporary boost. The second skill's strength debuff is good, but just outclassed by units like Anakitty and Gale Disguise Ryu, who both debuff magic and strength to cover both sides of the spectrum when dealing with teams in war games. Overall, as much as this pains me to say, it isn't worth rolling for this Ryu from a gameplay perspective, but you should get her anyway because the costume is cute and she's the best girl. Moving on to the assist on the banner. Pure White Seer is an assist aimed towards magic teams with her high magic stat of 579 and a high MP gain of 224 at +5. Her assist skill is Snow Gift, buffing ally magic by 10% and reducing enemy water resistance by 10%. These values are both 15% at +5. The automatic assumption you should have is that she will go well in a water magic team. Though the Ryu I discussed earlier is mediocre, remember that we had some rather good water units in the past from the Midsummer event. Offshore Elf Lifia, Summer Fun Lily, and Beach Saint Amid come to mind. You also can't ignore Anakitty as well, since she'll benefit from the water resist reduction if you place her in a wargame team to debuff the enemy's strength and magic. Do remember that the Midsummer event's free 4-star Aina can be an alternative if you just need water resistance, though there is no magic boost on her unit. If you have no plans to make a water magic team, then there's no point in gunning for Seer besides going for her outfit. Holy Choir Aina is yet another assist with a large amount of magic at 580 and a high MP gain of 224 at +5. Her assist skill is Blessing Carols, buffing her allies' physical resistance by 8% and reducing enemy critical rate by 10%. These values are a 10% physical buff and a 15% critical rate reduction at +5. If you need help against physical damage, like in the case of Record Buster or difficult event quests like Familia events, and don't already have an assist like Artless Hephaestus or Filmagoddess Hestia, then you may consider getting at least one of Aina. She's not going to be too useful in war games since the meta is pretty evenly split between magic and strength-based teams, with a slight edge to magic. That means your physical resistance is going to be helping you about half of your games, and you'd be better off using a more versatile assist like Sacred Fire Hestia or Queen of Beauty Freya. All in all, the Happy Holidays banner isn't really worth rolling for unless you're looking to boost a water magic team with Seer or need physical damage reduction from Aina. You can at least go to the second roll and get that guaranteed character for the costume. Or in my case, go for Ryu and get 2 Ainas instead, causing you to just do the paid Ryu banner and be done with it. Let's move on to the second banner, the Wishful Winter banner. First up, we have Eyes, who looks ready to give the gift of potatoes to everyone this Christmas in a tasteful Santa-themed outfit. I like that nice touch of a ribbon and bell tied around her leg as well. Santa Princess Eyes is a magic attacker with decent HP and the magic stat expected of a magic unit. Her special arts is Present Lil Rafaga, an AoE Ultra Water magic attack with a temporary magic boost. This is the usual standard fare for a special arts move befitting a magic attacker, but you may not want to use Eyes' special arts because she currently lacks her own magic weapon. Of course, this may change in the future. Her first combat skill is Kamita Mech, an AoE high water magic attack that reduces agility by 20% for 4 turns. Her second combat skill is Varder Mech, a single target high water magic attack with a temporary magic boost. And her third attack is Vetter Grotto, a self buff that nullifies the next 2 physical attacks done to her excluding special arts. Again, the last skill on this rerun unit won't see much use at all for modes like War Games and Record Buster, since in War Games you want to be debuffing the enemy or damaging them in some way with every move you have. In Record Buster, the most dangerous move is the special attack, so you're not getting anything there either. So again, we're back to 2 usable moves. Kamita Mech is actually a pretty decent move, being a high power attack and reducing agility, so your units have a better chance of going before your enemies in War Games. Do note that since Eyes is a magic attacking unit, she'll use her moves towards the end of the turn, meaning you'll only really see the benefits of the agility reduction starting from turn 2. And even then, with the agility reduction, your magic attackers will not be outspeeding any physical adventurers unless they have a fast modifier to their moves, like Gale Disguise Ryu or Elf's Honor Lifia. Varder Mech is a really good move for single target fights, such as any boss fights where the enemy is weak to water. All in all, Santa Princess Eyes can be useful in an AoE water magic team, but outside of that, there are better AoE options for War Games. Again, I don't think this unit is worth spending all your Iris, as she has very few uses and you're better off waiting until the New Year's banners are announced. The last adventure to go over is Winter Elf Lifia, looking rather cute with those reindeer antlers. She is designated as a balance type character, even though her magic stat is over 1300. This is because her magic stat was buffed to bring her more in line with other magic attackers. She also sports some decent defense, going over 400 at +5. Her special arts is Crystal Deluge, a party-wide buff that increases guard rate and physical resistance by 40% for 4 turns. I don't see this special being too useful, as 9 times out of 10, you're better off using your special bar for damage rather than buffs. Plus, if you already have adventurer units like Casino Shakti providing these buffs, you're pretty much wasting your special arts. Her first combat skill is Blanc Glace, a single target high water magic attack that decreases enemy water resistance by 35% for 4 turns. Her second skill is Avalanche Neige, an AoE mid-water magic attack. And finally, her last skill is El Glace, a 45% magic buff to your allies. Thankfully, this unit actually has a third skill you can see yourself using in both War Games and Record Buster. The magic buff is really nice if you have a magic team, but at the same time it might seem outdated since Winter Cream Lily from the previous event has the same buff, but with the bonus 30% heal buff as well. As for non-time limited units, don't forget that Holy White Royal Reveria also possesses this buff. If you already have either the Reveria or Lily, there's not much of a point getting this Lifia for your magic team unless you're making a water magic team to tackle the likes of Record Buster, since her single target water resist debuff will make quite the splash. She'll make a killer duo if you have the offshore Elf Lifia, who is a single target water magic monster with her skill set. Her magic buff can be great for a magic team in War Games, but her AoE attack isn't as strong as other magic attacking units like Elf's Honor Lifia or Glistening Elf Ryu. Lifia won't be a bad pull if you currently lack a magic buffer, but other than that, unless you're planning on going all out for a single target boss killing water team, you're safe with not rolling for her. And on to the last character of the Wishful Winter banner, Jinglebell Hestia. Now, I have said that I prefer Hestia with her hair down, but I do find that the bells in her hair ties are quite a nice touch. Very good theming with her unit name. Once again, we continue the trend of the assist characters from the banners being magic focused, with her magic being at 578 and giving 224 MP at +5. Her assist skill is God's Present, decreasing enemy strength and counter rate by 10% at level 60, while those values are 15% at plus 5. If you don't already have a strength decreasing assist like Untitled Hestia, Seaside Hestia, or Armin, you'll find this Hestia rather useful, especially against bosses where you can use the tactic of setting out a weak adventurer to die on the first turn with the Hestia equipped to take advantage of the debuffs. If you already have a 4-star strength debuffing assist, then I think you're better off on saving your Iris. Again, I feel like having a magic or strength debuffing assist in wargames can be potentially wasting a valuable assist slot, as magic and physical damage based teams seem to be split pretty evenly. The counter debuff can be nice, since some units like Halloween Bait can throw out some crazy damage with their counters, and Winter Cream Lily can heal when she counters, but other than those very specific cases, you're better off using an assist like Queen of Beauty Freya, who will reduce all AoE damage in wargames. For the most part, these banners are rather skippable if you don't plan on making a water magic team, or already have assists that can provide physical resistance and a strength debuff. The norm in DanMemo is that we'll be able to see what the next banner characters are before these banners expire, so definitely wait for that if you are unsure. But I'm pretty confident that the next event should be a new New Year's banner featuring that kimono-clad eyes that was previewed to us previously. If that's not the case, you can go ahead and blame me for jinxing it. I hope all of you enjoy playing through this Christmas event that Japan got to experience last year, and are looking forward to the eventual brand new New Year's event. If you found this video helpful or informative, please give me a like and subscribe to my channel for more content. To stay updated on what I'm doing, follow me on Twitter and join my Discord for any questions and discussion. Continue enjoying your time adventuring in Rario and the dungeon. This is Lauren Gaming and I'm signing out. 差し込む